All right, and Brian Winch, you are the founder and creator of Clean Lots. And what a cool concept. This was a number of years ago. You got it in your mind to offer a service where you would offer to property owners or property managers to take care of their lots, their parking lots. And you started making money with that. How did that start?
Well, it all started back in 1981. I was 21 years of age, and I was working a full-time job as a shipper-receiver. And I didn't mind the work, but it was something I couldn't see myself doing for the rest of my life. I've got an independent streak, and I like to do things my way. And I couldn't see myself staying there and doing that for a while. So I like anyone who's going to start a side hustle, you start kind of evaluating what your skill set is and what you can bring to the table, what you would like to do, what your passion is. And I started looking at various opportunities. And to be honest with you, at that time, I didn't have much of an education. I didn't go to college. I barely graduated high school. I didn't have a lot of money, a very small savings account, and obviously not many skills, job that you could, relate to job skills or anything like that. So I started thinking, well, maybe a cleaning business of some sort would be the route to go. And I decided, I really enjoy working outdoors. I didn't really want to be confined to four walls, from 9 to 5. And so I was thinking, well, it's some sort of cleaning service outdoors. And then I remembered, my dad, he used to moonlight. He used to side hustle himself, but back then it was called moonlighting or whatever. And he would go by this strip plaza, this small shopping center in our neighborhood a few times a week and clean up the litter from the parking lot, the sidewalks, and the surrounding landscape. And he'd taken me with him a couple of times, and I thought, wow, this is an easy way to make money. And it's basically, making money going for a walk. And I thought, what, let me revisit that whole idea and just see if there's a market for it. And so basically I started making some cold calls to property management companies. I don't deal with the individual stores. It's with the owners or the managers of these commercial properties. And I can't remember if it was my third or fourth phone call, and I got a bite. This guy said, what, I've got 3 small strip plazas, and I'm having a tough time finding anybody who is dependable, who will reliably show up and clean up the litter. It's a simple job, but I just need somebody to show up and do it. Would you be interested? And I said, yes. And basically that's how it all started. That's how I got my start with those first 3 properties.
Wow. So if someone is, let's say they're, because obviously the first several months, you're going to be doing plenty of calls, and hopefully if you want to make a full-time income at this, you're going to be doing a lot of calls and going through a lot of people. But once you have, let's say you want to work like 3-4 hours a day, how much money could you potentially make in a part-time business like that?
Well, you know what? This service, you can make really good money doing it for the simple reason that most people don't want to do it. And so it's possible to make, and every market throughout the country is different, but you can make anywhere from 30 to 50 or even more dollars an hour doing this.
That's amazing.
And
all you're doing is going out for an early morning walk. You got your your earbuds in and you listen to your favorite podcast, and it's great.
Well, fortunes have been made. If you think about it, there's all sorts of people that have started cleaning businesses. There's all sorts of different niches like washroom cleaning, maid services, or the list goes on. And people are making a lot of money doing it because, like I said before, a lot of people don't want to do it. So if you don't mind working outdoors and making a difference, the thing that I love about this business and I'm passionate about is I'm cleaning up litter. I'm helping my communities be maintained litter free. And, I get sometimes people say, hey, way to go, buddy. I appreciate the job you're doing. And I feel good what I do. And so, it all started as a side hustle. I started with those 3 properties, and then I gradually got 6, and then 9, and then a matter of months, I don't know, I think it was 3-4 months later, I left my full-time job. But originally it was the intent just to keep this a simple one-man operation. And like I said before, I didn't have a lot of business skills, so I was just kind of learning from the seat of my pants, learning from the school of hard knocks. And I learned what worked, what didn't, and I found which tools worked the best to provide this service. And so I built it up to a successful 6-figure one-man operation.
That's amazing.
And then, from there, we continued to morph into, we brought more people in on the business, and then we had a whole crew of people going out throughout the city cleaning up parking lots, and then we built the business up to roughly, we always have about 150 properties, and we bill out roughly $650,000 a year just in litter pick contracts, nothing else. We don't do any other services, but we're the go-to guys in our city. We've been around for over 35 years. We do litter pick, and that's who our people or our clients or prospects know who to turn to.
And one thing that you do, and I really love this, is that you decided then to teach other people how to do this. And, I think we're in an era where, the day of like worrying about somebody else copying you, like that, those days are over. I mean, we're in the information age, and so you may as well embrace it and help other people and be respected. It's funny because as a podcaster, I invite all of my quote unquote competitors. I don't have any competitors in what I do. And so if you're willing to do that, people really appreciate and respect that. And the pie is so big in almost every area of business today, thanks to, again, the internet, that you may as well embrace it. So you developed all sorts of training materials, videos, templates, and you sell them for very, very nominal fees. So it's like, imagine being able to start in a franchise, and I'm seeing like you've got your templates for $20 here. You've got other training systems. So basically, I think the scariest part is knowing what to say or the paperwork or that sort of thing. That's probably the scariest part for most people. And you said, what? I don't mind sharing this with other people. And so now you sell that at cleanlots.com, which is really cool. And by the way, we've actually set up, if someone listening to this interview found it helpful, you can actually go to upmyinfluence.com/cleanlots. And Brian, thank you very much for a little affiliate payment. So I appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
So tell me about that transition. When did you say, I'm going to teach other people how to do this?
Well, it occurred to me after about 4 years in the business. I thought, well, this is great. I mean, I love what it's providing for me, and I wish something like this would have been out there when I started. But of course there wasn't. And I thought, this is such a simple business to start with, without much money and without much skills. Like you mentioned, you don't have to be a salesperson. That's a lot of people say, well, I've never been in business before, and I don't know if I could sell anything. But really, the techniques I've developed over the years, you're not picking up the phone and trying to sell anything to anybody. You're just making your prospects aware of your services and how your service can benefit them. So it just goes from there. I decided, there's a bunch of stuff I could pull together, put into a package, into a book, and share this, because no one's going to compete with me in my city, and so why not share this knowledge in other cities across the country? Yeah. And it's such a great opportunity, and there's a lot of people, either you're interested or you're not, but if you're interested and you think you could bring the passion to the table and work outdoors and make a difference, it's something you might be interested in.
And who makes a great candidate for this business?
Well, I mean, there's people, of various ages. I mean, some people, that are looking just to make some money on the side, and maybe they don't want to do something that's sitting behind a computer again. Maybe they get their fill of that during the day, and so they're looking to do something, outside. And maybe they go out and they put an hour or two in the early morning hours before they go to work, and they get paid to do their morning walk, if the way you can look at that. And you can make really good money doing that each day if that's what you want to do. And if you enjoy it, really, you can consider building the business into something full-time, whether it's just a simple one-person operation or you want to build it and have a bunch of people work for you. But the great thing is that this is information that has worked for me. And I'm not selling a franchise where I'm going to collect royalties and franchise fees and tell you this is the way you have to work. If you buy my franchise, you have to work this full-time. And so it appeals to a number of people, that whether they want to just do this on the side or they want to build it into a full-time business. It could be people that enjoy working outdoors and maybe, they're interested in these green business opportunities and helping the environment and seeing the results of your cleanup efforts and how it affects the communities. And it's always good to get compliments from either people that are shopping at that building, or maybe the late night or the early morning people that are going in and they make a comment. Hey Brian, they don't know my name, but they say, hey buddy, I appreciate what you're doing here.
Do you think so college students could probably also do this?
Yeah, if you have a flexible schedule, you've got a window of opportunity where this service really needs to be done, and it's somewhere between the time the business is closed and then again open up the next morning. Mm-hmm. And so, you can be a college student, a high school student if you want. If you, moms, women, men, people that are looking at semi-retirement. Maybe people that are concerned, I've only got 10 more good earning years left, and I better start socking some more money away into my retirement fund. Or maybe some people too that need to pay off some debt. People have a number of different reasons why they need to make an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. And that's part-time, of course. But, if you go full-time, there's no reason why one person, if they're hustling, if they're moving, can't do, $100,000 a year. I did that, and I know of some other people that have done that. But, like I say, if you buy my book, I provide free support. And I provide the free support because I know it works. But I have a saying, if you work the business will work for you.
Nice. Well, Brian Winch, thank you so much for joining us. Again, we've set up an affiliate link. Thank you so much. And that is at upmyinfluence.com/clean-lots. And you've got an operations manual that you offer, $79.95, and that looks like it is the operations manual on how to start and run a parking lot litter cleaning business. Looks like pretty much everything you need. You got the templates as well, which you can get, which includes proposals, promotional flyers, field reports, invoices, subcontractor contracts. That's available as well. So it's really great. There's pretty much everything you need is all available, and you don't have to pay hefty franchise fees. It's a great model, and I think it's one of those models that's all about just empowering other people, doing so very fairly, everybody winning. So Brian, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Josh. It was great being here.